Computer Science A, Unit 3, Reviewing If Statements. The next group are nested if statements. What can we say about those? Well, we're going to use these when there are times in which multiple conditions should be checked before executing a particular block of code. Nested if-else statements are one way that we can check multiple conditions. As an example, if x is greater than 0, if I is greater than 0, we're going to do the next check, which checks to see if I is even. I mod 2 equals 0, that checks for it to be even. Then these lines of code will be executed. The lines of code will only be executed if conditions in all the if blocks are true. This else, if I is more than 0, greater than, or equal to 0, then the lines in the else blocks will execute, and we'll never check whether it's even. If I greater than 0 and I mod 2 equals 0, this accomplishes the same thing as this nested if. Okay, so you can achieve the same outcome with compound conditions using and or. Sometimes, however, a nested if block can be easier to understand and make it easier in the future to modify your code. Now, what to watch out for? Misplaced curly brackets, of course. Remember that even if your statements are indented properly, the computer does not see white space. The compiler uses curly brackets to determine where one block ends and another begins. You might think you have statements nested one way, but the curly brackets say otherwise. Okay? So you've got to make sure this start, then we start again, this end goes with this end. This start, this else is now going with this if, not with this if. So you got to be careful, okay? Nested if statements. You have a handful of problems in your packet that you should try. Once you try those, check the solutions. Then, do the putting it all together. Finally, putting all this new knowledge and these new amazing programming skills that you've acquired to the test by completing the 2 programs on the Putting It All Together pages. There are example solutions provided to you in Canvas, but it's best if you try to do it on your own first.